Hello, hey everyone, welcome, it's Fox from modelmaking.guru here. Hello, welcome to another last minute live stream. Yes, it's not the cyberpunk, it's not my video gaming, as you all know. I'm still building the Age of Darkness Horus Heresy set, so we're cracking on with that because I need to get this built. So I'm using all the time I can get, which includes my live streaming schedule time, to get these things built. So we're going to crack on with this again today. We're building more Terminators, get to the building. Yes, so welcome one and all to this Warhammer Saturday, I suppose you could call it. Don't forget, of course, hang on, swig of water. It's very warm, so I've drunk lots of water. I may have to go for many wheeze during this live stream, you never know. Anyway, before we get going, let me get all the usual shenanigans out of the way. This stream is, of course, as with all my content, brought to you by emodels.co.uk, your one-stop shop for all your model making needs. Yes, indeed, they are. If you've got any model making needs, go to them, they'll sort you out. They have all the stock in the world of everything you can possibly want, and it's all at good reduced prices. So go to emodels.co.uk and check it out. Link in the description below the video. And of course, a big thank you to my patrons and channel members who keep this channel alive. They literally put food on my table and they support me directly, so a big thank you to them. Love them dearly. If you want to support this channel, you can in various ways. You can become a patron by going to patreon.com/modelmakingguru and supporting me there. Or you can become a channel member and press the join button underneath any one of my videos and support me that way. Or, you know, you can just like and subscribe and make sure to hit that notification bell and make sure to watch the adverts at the start of any of my content. That really helps me out. Now, of course, I have realised today, and I didn't know this, I do have a thanks button as well, which is another way you can support this channel. Now, it doesn't appear on live streams, but once the live stream's finished, or it's a normal pre-recorded video, any other content that's not live, there's a thanks button under the video. That's another way of doing, like, supporting the channel just as a one-off if you want to. So that's another thing you can do. You can't do it during a live stream, unfortunately. But yes, so thank you to all my supporters. Help out if you can. It keeps this channel alive because I do this for a living. Anyway, big welcome. If you're watching this embedded in Facebook or Twitter or something, you'll see, I'll just make it brighter, I've got the chat here in front of me, as you can see there. So this is all about me hanging out and getting some work done, and you guys are in the chat hanging out with me and stopping me getting bored. Not that I can get bored building Warhammer, but the whole point is you're giving me some company. So if you're watching this embedded in Facebook or somewhere, or Twitter or Patreon, consider coming and I've got a burp. If I sound breathless, because I've got a burp stuck halfway, and it's like it's wanting to come out, but it won't come out, and I can feel it. It's just stuck halfway up my gullet. It's like, oh, just go back down or come up or something. But oh, it's doing me head in. Yes, if you're watching this in the face and you can't see the chat, click on the YouTube icon in the bottom right hand corner. Takes you to YouTube where you can carry on watching and you can join the live chat, and you should do, because it's where all the cool kids are and they get to talk to me. If you're in chat and you want to get my attention, as always, you know the rules by now. Use Wendy Hickson has been a member for 25 months. A bit of a reminder there. Hi Wendy, big huge hugs to you as well. Thank you very much. Thank you for being a member. Yes, you can put @modelmakingguru at the start of in your sentence somewhere, in your comment. That'll put my name in an orange box and I can see it. Or like Wendy, you can do a super chat there by pressing the little dollar symbol at the bottom of the chat window. It puts your comment in a coloured box like you saw there and puts an animation up on screen and everything else, and then I can't possibly miss your comment. So you can do that, and you're also supporting the channel as well. Now, before we get going, let's have a quick look and see who is in chat. We have Andy McLeish was the first in ages and ages ago. Welcome to you, Andy McLeish. He says it's the Horus Heresy Files, episode 4, yes. He always comes up with silly names, I like that. Lynn Dipple's in. She's only popped in briefly. Said, Heidi from Weatherford, Texas. Hi, Fox and everyone. Just dropping by. Have fun. I'm having a hard time finding a place. I found one I really like, but just out of reach. She's moving house. She's moved up to Texas, so she's looking for a new place. You'll find it, Lynn, don't you? Or you'll find somewhere. You think that place was good, you'll find another one that you'll fall in love with, so don't worry about it. It will call to you. Candy Graham from Mongo, Jeff is in. Welcome, Jeff. He says hi to Model Making Guru, Andy, Lynn, Eon's Car, all in chat. And of course, Eon's Car as well. Welcome to you. Hello. He says hello in big loud capitals. So he's in a shouting mood today. Welcome to you, Eon's Car. We have the Bobbins is in. Hello on this hot, sweaty and moist afternoon. Welcome. Welcome, Bobbins. Andy McLeish says, like and subscribe. Thank you, Andy McLeish. I still haven't figured out how to write a lateral lisp. A lateral lisp is when you lisp from the side of your mouth, like that. You say your S's like that, not like this. This is a normal lisp, but this is a lateral lisp. A bit like, you know, nerd lisp, or or Filbert from Rocko's Modern Life. Oh, so I can't remember how you'd actually phonetically write a lateral lisp. I've not figured that out yet. Board Hammer, says Andy McLeish. And that's everyone in chat, so welcome to you all. Like I say, if you are watching, come and join the live chat. Now, where were we up to? Yesterday, I was building water. Hang on. No tea today, I'm just too dehydrated. I need to drink lots of water. Box Fox Scooter's in. Fox be streaming. Welcome, Box Fox. Welcome, welcome. Yesterday I started building the Terminators. I've built the 2 sergeants and put some Space Wolf accoutrement on. I've got them all over there. I don't know why. I've got some Space Wolf bits added onto them. I am doing these all as Space Wolves, all my Horus Heresy set. So of course that means the Terminators I am doing as the Wolf Guard, which are the elite of the elite Space Wolves who get to wear the Terminator armour and protect all the big guys and the leaders and stuff. And of course, I am building them all, apart from him, as Void Claws. The Void Claws are the members of the Wolf Guard who only have slappy bitch hands like that. You know, the big spiky lightning claws. They like close quarters combat. Basically, they like going on space hulks and tight corners, and they just like to go in and like just mess people up and get medieval on people's ass with their big spiky lightning claws. So they're all going to have lightning claws. Now the only problem, of course, is doing all this, I've got some little bits and bobs from the Space Wolf extra sprue that I had. I haven't got any other little extra Space Wolf bits lying around, unfortunately. I don't think. So I've got a few little bits and bobs, but the big problem is that, of course, the Wolf Guard in reality have lots of ornamentation and like fretwork all over their armour and furs and things like that. But I'm just building this to get it up and sold on eBay. So I don't want to take too long and put too much building into it, because it'll take me months to build it, and then by the time I put it on eBay, nobody will buy it. So I'm just really focusing on getting the build done. So for these Terminators, they're not going to have all the fretwork and furs and things like that on their armour, but I'm going to paint them in the relevant colours and Wolfguard colours, which is basically the normal colours plus a red and a black pauldron, which is same for the rest of the Space Wolves anyway. There was the thing. It's horse hammer time, says the Bobbins. Thank you very much for your super chat there, Bobbins. That's very, very kind of you. £5 super chat. That's what a super chat looks like. You can see I can't miss it. I can't miss your super chats. But yes, thank you very much for that. You're very, very kind. Congrats on 25 months, says Jeff to Wendy. Let's have a look. Now, I haven't asked the question yet, but of course Eon's car has already answered it. So what's on your bench and belly? Bench and belly, folks. What's on your bench, what you're working on right now, and what's in your belly? What have you had, or what are you having for your dinner? I don't know about dinner yet, because Mama Fox hasn't decided. For the 3rd week in the row, I'm planning on doing chicken Kiev and Fox's mess for dinner. I've been planning that for 3 weeks every day, and every time we get to that point, I end up doing something else, because either I can't be bothered and we get takeaway, or Mama Fox wants something else. So it's like, I'll do the blooming chicken Kievs, yeah. Yes, so these are going to look, they'll be in the right colour scheme, but they're not going to have all the ornamentations, apart from the few bits and bobs that I can get off my Space Wolf sprue. I thought I had a lot more Space Wolves bits and bobs, but I don't, unfortunately, which is a shame. Because I've obviously got my little Space Wolves Combat Patrol and some extra bits and bobs, but they were just generic Primaris Marines with a few of the extra Space Wolf sprues, so I didn't have all the extra bits. Although with how hot it is today, it's probably closer to say Fox be streaming. Yes, it's actually not too bad here. It's quite pleasant, even with all the lights on. It's not sweaty or anything. Mannequin Skywalker, I like that. I'm going to send my remaining house hunting energy to you, Lynn. Get lucky with my own place prowling, so I've got some to spare. Welcome, Mannequin Skywalker. I've not seen you in chat before. I think we have actually, but not very often. So welcome. Thank you for coming along. Awesome name. Eon's car asks the bench and belly. He also says on the bench, excuse me, clear my throat, one sec. There we go. He says on the bench, Sector Mechanicus Alchemite stack for stacking your alchemites. Part of, and for the belly, chicken nuggets and chips. Ooh, very nice. Our local round the corner swarthy Turkish takeaway, they're neither swarthy nor Turkish. They do like kebabs, and it's like a primarily chicken, but they also do kebabs. Just don't ask. They do what Mama Fox calls chicken balls, which would be the chicken poppers that you get from KFC, or the like chicken nuggets from McDonald's, but theirs are so much nicer because they're actual chicken, not just reconstituted chicken schmurp in a ball. It's actually just a ball of chicken, like from a chicken. You just take a load of chicken and go, there, I've made a ball. What? It's a chicken ball. They're really nice. And they cost like 5p. Support your local cheap round the corner takeaways because they're a lot cheaper than the big name brands. And they're lovely. Lynn is still in. Well, hello Lynn. Thought you weren't sticking around, but nice that you can, so stick around as long as you can. If you take long enough, Fox, they'll go back up in value because Games Workshop will be out of business. There is that, possibly. And I think we're up to date with the chat. Andy McLeish says, Ian's car. Sorry, no super chat. I need to save money, says Lynn. You don't have to apologise, Lynn. Any support from anybody is always gratefully accepted, but is by no means obligatory. Unless you're a patron, of course. Oh, Jeff Canningham from Mongo has been a member for 14 months and puts a comment, lucky 13. So you're one out there. I don't know why YouTube does that, though. It occasionally just randomly pops it up saying, oh, you've been a member because of your anniversary, but it randomly does it. Very strange. But thank you for your continued membership. Candy Graham, Jeff, you are a lovely fella. Faisal Shastar is in and says, hello there. Hello, Faisal. Welcome. So, anyway, yes. So, we'll be building these Wolfguard Terminators, these Void Claws, but they won't have all the fiddly bits on them. Because I just need to get this built. I can't, unfortunately, spend a lot of time making things. We've built the 2 Sergeants. I built one of the dudes, one of the generic Void Claws yesterday. I need to finish him off because he's got a couple of rivets I need to replace. And then we got these 3 to do. And then when I've done these 3, I've got another 4 to do because it's 2 squads of 5 with a sergeant each. Blueberry Muffin and Water. Bench is not. Yeah, says Lynn, because she hasn't got a bench yet. You'll get there. Lol, YouTube lied. It told me 13 and then showed 14. YouTube, you why I order. Never trust YouTube. Yes. Box Fox says, bench Gaslands cars. Oh, very nice. Belly, I had waffles for breakfast and I'm having hot dogs for lunch. Beef hot dogs. Ooh. I've got a book written by somebody and it's called Chili Dogs Always Bark at Night, and that's one of the best book titles I've ever seen in my entire life. Chili Dogs Always Bark at Night. That fellow looks like he's waiting for his nail polish to dry. He's got that kind of like, I'm a comedy monster, I'm coming for you. It's a bit camp. I always manage to somehow inject the camp into my Warhammer unintentionally. So I've got a Naruto run dude. He's like, ah! And I've got the, he's kind of going, ah-cha-cha-cha. Glass, bottle, glass, bottle, glass, bottle, ah-cha-cha-cha. Or he's kind of going, yoink, because he's just seen something and he's doing that thing where he put hand, surprise, I'll shut up now. Rivets, Fox, lose some rivets. So I've got some rivets to do on this chap. Yesterday I put his tilting plate on, and you won't really see this. I'll zoom in for you if I can. But I put on his tilting plate, tilting shield. No, it didn't want to zoom much. And there was a big gap between the tilting shield, you can see just there, and the pauldron. It was at a funny angle. Didn't quite fit properly. So what I've done, and you can't really see, is I've put a little strip of plastic card at the base of the attachment point of the tilting shield and put 2 rivets on it. So it looks fine from that side, but it looks like on this side that's just part of the attachment for the shield. So it doesn't look like the shield's not properly glued on I'm a bit of a spot. It looks like it's just another part of the attachment for the tilting shield. Rivets are brilliant. And once it's primed, you won't stand out and you won't know. So yeah, if you've got big gaps, sometimes just a bit of plastic card and some rivets is great. Right, so I'll zoom back out again. So I'll put a couple of rivets on him because I've got rid of some of the pauldrons when I was doing the rivets when I was doing the pauldrons. I was sanding them. So it's a very quick fix. Some of my lovely Wendy Hickson TM rivets from Wendy Hickson's Rivet Company Limited. Hopefully I'm on camera. Yes. I've moved the camera out a bit since last night. It might be easier to watch. So you've seen me do rivets before. I love doing rivets so much. I like doing rivets, but the only time to not enjoy doing rivets, like putting the odd rivet here and there, or maybe on either side of a little piece of panelling or something, is really quite good fun. But it's when you get like a whole line of rivets that you need to add, and it's like that's when it gets a bit tricky, because If you've got like a little strip of plastic car, you just need to put a rivet one on either end. It's not a problem at all. But when you've got lots of them, like you've added a piece of plate armour to a Bane blade or something, and you need to put a whole line of rivets, getting them all lined up nice and neat, that's the tricky bit. That's when it gets a bit confuselating. Ooh, Faisal Shastari's put $4 super chat in. Faisal put a super sticker, sorry. He's bought me a mug of a delicious red liquid that could be wine, could be red coffee. Ooh, Faisal, thank you very much. I really, truly appreciate the support. You're a very lovely person, and I'm very, very grateful. Thank you very much for that. Massive thankings. That's really helping me out. Right, so there we go. That's the rivets on there. Actually, those two rivets on the front. There you go. There's a little animation. You get the smug actor whose name I can't remember. Not Steve McQueen. The other one, I can't remember. It's the actor chap. I don't think I had to replace any of the rivets. I managed to keep the rivets on his arms, thankfully. I think there's the only two that I had to replace. Yes. Okay, so that's him done. He's now done. I've got these little extra bits and bobs that I'm going to add. Most of these I'll add to the Terminators, but I'll wait till I built them all. I do need to add a tilting plate to this chap because I completely forgot. So let me get a tilting plate. Quick question, have you ever tried live streaming on Twitch? Asks Faisal. Yes, I have. And I don't do it on Twitch for two reasons. One, I don't even begin to understand it. It's far too confusing for an old man like me. YouTube's nice and simple. You press go, you do a stream. Twitch has got 18 different chat things and bits and this and that, and it's far too complicated. But the big reason that I don't stream on Twitch is that I do this for a living, so I need the monetization. And unfortunately, monetization on Twitch is absolute garbage. Because on YouTube, once you reach the threshold and monetization is activated, that's it. You earn whatever content you put up, you earn money on it. And I say, sorry for knocking the microphone, if you're doing this for a living, that's important. On Twitch, last time I checked, you have to reach a certain threshold, and then you have to get so many views per stream, and you have to do so many streams a month, and you have to get, if your viewership drops, you don't get monetized. It's like a constant moving target. And frankly, I just need to get on with the filming and the streaming and the not worrying about how many viewers I'm getting too much. So it's easier for me on YouTube because where my monetization is, it's basically Twitch doesn't really help me at all earn a living. The only way to earn a living on Twitch is to be massively popular on a live stream. Whereas on YouTube, you don't have to be popular there, and you don't have to have millions of views right there and then at that moment. But after 6 months, if a video's picked up enough views, it's made you a little bit of money. So it can be cumulative on YouTube, and it's not on Twitch, if that makes sense. It doesn't really fuss me if I get, like, I know how many views my live streams actually get at the end of the day. Like a month later, I know roughly how many they're going to have had. And they always get a lot more views than the actual number of people that view them live. So I don't really have to worry too much if I don't get lots and lots of viewers actually watching the live part of the live stream, because I know a lot of people will watch it afterwards, and that's fine because I still get the monetization from that. Okay, so that's his little tilting shield. Hold that in place. Probably going to fall off now when I put some glue on it. Whereas on Twitch, that's it. And I don't like the way. The other thing with Twitch is if somebody misses one of my live streams on YouTube, they can go back and watch it any time. But on Twitch, it's not that easy. Twitch seems to be more for maximising the number of people watching there and then, like at that moment, live. Whereas I can count on the non-live views on YouTube as well. There you go. That's tilting plate added. Oh, jam. There we go. Right, so that's 3 of these guys done. It's starting to get warm in here now. Makes sense, was just wondering, says Faisal. It's also the fact that I just don't understand it. And YouTube's a lot better quality as well for streaming, so. I'm old. I tried Twitch once. I'm like, I don't understand any of this, and I can't trace the chat, and it's all, and nah. It's far too confusing. I could theoretically do Twitch and YouTube at the same time, But again, it's the monetization just is far too... It involves far too much thinking. Paul Lewis is in. Welcome, Paul. Hello, hello, hello. Everybody's saying hello to Paul and Faisal. It's blood for the blood god, says Box Fox, but I'm not sure why. Oh, got something nasty on his... He's got something nasty on his fingers and he's trying to... Whoa! Faisal just gave me a super chat of $100. Faisal, thank you very much. That is incredible. What? I don't know what to say, Faisal. Thank you massively. Thank you. Thank you. That is incredibly generous. And thank you very much. I now name this Terminator Faisal. There you go. I'm going to write that on the bottom. I'm going to write that on the bottom. Now, somebody will buy this, because this will be sold eventually, so I'm going to write Faisal on the bottom. There you go. S. There you go. So this set's being sold, so at some point somebody will own this and it'll have your name on it. I just thought of that then, so there you go. Thank you very much. That is incredibly kind, Faisal. Thank you. I can't thank you enough for that. Thank you, thank you. Holy cow, says Faisal. You legend, says Jeff. Lynn says, awesome. And Eon's car says, whoa. Box Fox says, the way a lot of Twitch people end up is already having a massive following of very low intelligence people, only then doing the live stream thing. Yeah, kind of. Is it try to break Fox Day? Oh God, don't tell Cy Reynolds. He'll be here with $1,000 in his pocket. No. For those that don't know, I did a stream once where basically, thanks to Cy Reynolds and some other, I got about £1,000 in super chats in one stream, and it kind of broke me a little bit. So yes, but thank you, Faisal. That's very, very kind. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't quite get Twitch. It's not really a case of YouTube is here's your video and there's some chat. Twitch doesn't seem to be much of a community. I don't know. It just didn't really strike me as community-ish. I don't know. Ian's car says that, and you can keep vidocs of YouTube like streams in your later list and it'll still be there half a year later. Yeah, once I've done a live stream, it's there on my channel forever. With Twitch, it's like trying to find stuff's like a pain in the bum. I just don't like Twitch. I didn't take to it at all. What a lovely, lovely man, says Bobbins about Faisal. You are, he is. Mannequin Skywalker, that's pretty cool of you, Faisal. You are a cool man, says Eon's car. You have no idea, says Faisal. Yeah, we know you're cool. We know you're cool. I need a swig of water now. Oh. So, let's build another one. So we've got the torso pre-done. I have to be honest, by the way, when I said I do these as Space Wolves, I've got my own little group of Space Wolves. I've not painted any of them yet, but I've never really studied the Space Wolf structure, the Legion structure, and I don't know anything about Horus Heresy. So somebody put a message on Facebook today saying, "Oh, you're making them as Wolf Guard," and I'm like, "Yeah," thinking to myself, "What's Wolf Guard?" So I had to go and look it up, and Wolf Guard are the elites with the Terminator armour. I'm like, God, so I learned a thing today. Because I'm just thinking, oh, Space Wolves, paint them like Space Wolves. And I forgot, of course, there's probably a whole deep structure to the Space Wolves, even in Heresy areas. I just build things and paint them, and I get carried away before I even look at the lore. So yes, I now know these are Wolf Guard. And then with Void Claws. I couldn't find any specific markings for Void Claws, and I haven't got any decals for them, so yes. Faisal says, I've been very, very busy that I didn't have time to do any modelling. No, it's not a good state of affairs. I mean, that's why I'm doing a lot of live streams at the minute and not filming, because I'm looking after Mama Fox because she was poorly all last year and she's still recovering. So that's why I've not done a lot of actual filming, because I just haven't got the time and situation to sit and do that. But live streams, I can slot them in. So I know my content's been a bit live stream heavy lately, but you know, it's what I can do. But yes, it's not good when you can't get time. Right, 31 and 30 are the hands. Oh God, this guy's doing jazz. I've got this guy doing the Monster Mash. I'm not on camera. I've got this guy doing comedy dance moves, and the next one, it's going to be jazz hands. He's either jazz hands or he's looking for a hug. Oh dear Lord. Can they not give me some? Can they give me some non-comedy poses? That'd be nice. Right, let's get these bits done. So I need 31 and 30, and this is for cashier number 2, please, which is number 4. Well, this is weird. It's funny because on here it says pose 1, pose 2, pose 3. Sorry, pose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then when you get to this bit, they're all different. That's number 3, and it says number 1. It's really weird. It doesn't really matter which one I do. So this guy needs that one, which is 31 and 30. It doesn't actually matter which body I put with which, because it's as long as the arms have the right arms and bits, that's all that matters. 31 and 30. Yes, this guy's going to have jazz hands. Or, well, Al Jolson hands, let's be honest. He's doing an Al Jolson pose for all the incorrectness that contains. Faisal says, also the heat here is killing me, like 45 degrees. Good God. Pose 1, 2, 3, 69. Steady now. 45 degrees. Where are you, Faisal? Where is your heat? Yeah, where is... I know most anyway, but where is everyone? You don't have to answer, but if you want to, where are you all? I'm, of course, in Manchester, or well, Cheshire, let's say, outside Manchester, in the northwest of England. It's about 23 degrees here, most pleasant. Where is everyone? We know where you are, Lynn. We know, because you're moving house. We know where you are. You're in Texas. So, Texas. That's not Texas, is it? No. Where is everyone? You don't have to. Don't give me this. Don't give me the exact location, because that would be crazy. But just, you know, what country or state or territory are you in? I was hoping to have on my streaming software a collection of national anthems. You know me and national anthems, so that when people say they're from such and such a country, I could play the national anthem. Unfortunately, I've now discovered that most national anthems do have certain like non-commercial clauses on them. It's like like Advance Australia. I was going to have that as a button to press on my live stream. You know, it's copyright. You can use it for non-profit, but you have to get permission to use it for something that's making money. It's like, oh, come on, fudge. So I was most unhappy. Kuwait. Well, that explains the temperature then. Welcome from Kuwait. Thank you for joining us. I don't think I've had a viewer from that part of the world before. 45 degrees, that's probably quite mild for Kuwait then, isn't it? I would imagine. Elon's car is in Bristol, England, obviously. Mannequin Skywalker's in Indiana. Box Fox just says Merca. Merca, pew pew pew. What's the modelling scene like in Kuwait then, Faisal? Is it bigly? Is it? I don't know. What's the style of modelling over there? I imagine it's got a lot of sort of Japanese genre stuff. The Gunpla and things like that will be quite popular in that part of the world. Just because it's easier to get, closer to the Asian market. So, what's the modelling scene out there? Box Fox says, "Oh hey mannequin, go Hoosiers." Wendy Hickson's in Hertfordshire, in England, of course. Hertfordshire. Hurts. Hearts and Bucks, and all that. Lynn is stuck between Carlsbad, New Mexico and Weatherford, Texas. So you're stuck at you're stuck in a roadside attraction basically, aren't you, with a motel? Has it got like a giant dinosaur? What you need to do, Lynn, is not get yourself a house, but actually just Live your life in a like a motel, right? But make sure it's one of those ones that's got like a giant dinosaur in the parking lot, and it's got like a roadside attraction just down the road, just off an interstate somewhere, like the world's greatest ball of twine restaurant or something. It's probably not a good thing to do. See, I have a very strange view of American motels because I've grown up watching things like Rockford Files and stuff like that. So basically, if I go to an American motel and it's not got a car park full of like Pontiac Firebirds and things like that from the 70s, I'm just disappointed. If everyone's not walking around in cowboy boots, it's not right. Right, I'm making a right hash of this lightning claw. Trying to get the nub is right on the edge, and it's a pain in the bum to get rid of because it's right where there's a rivet or two, and it's got some raised panel detail. And just trying to get rid of it, any trace of it is quite tricky. I'm gonna have to replace that rivet for a start, and I've had to sand away some of that panel, so I've got to scribe that back in. Not keen on that nub location, but it's not the end of the world. Just quickly, I can't replace the missing panel or the sanded smooth panel, but I can scribe in a line where the edge was just to highlight it. It just makes it a bit more obvious. It kind of tricks the eye a little bit. It's not ideal, but it works. Kind of. Just holding it up to the light to see. I don't mind if there's a few dings and things in the gauntlets, because at the end of the day I'm going to be weathering these. They're going to have like some wear and tear on them. I shall do a tiny... I'll wait till it's on the figure. What I can do is run some extra thin over it, very damp, slightly damp, extra thin brush, just to soften up any scratchy marks. Where's my scrapey tool? Yeah, there it is. Where are we up to? I've been following for a long time, says Faisal, since you did the mega size RX-78 too. I had to go into my Amazon store the other day and saw that, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember that. I wonder where that is now. Somebody bought that. I can't remember what happened to it. I don't know where it went. Somebody somewhere's got that on a shelf, no doubt. On camera, yes. Well, thank you for your continued patronage and watching. Appreciate it. I must get back into doing the gunplers. I just got burnt out because they're easy to build, but they're not easy to build if you want to paint them. It gets a bit tricky. So I've got so much in the backlog to do at the minute of stuff. But at some point, I know what the next Gunpla build will be. It will be the Kshatriya. But when it will be, it's a whole different question. Right, that's looking pretty good. Where's my brush? Where's my brush of debris removage? Where is the brush? Come to me, brush. There you are. I can see you hiding under there. I shall do the ever so slightly moistest of moist extra thin brushes, just to smooth that rough patch away, just a little bit. There we go. Alright, and I'll put that there. Now the next one. Oh, did I take the nub off the back of his? Yes. Nope. Get rid of that little bit of nub. Well, let's look at chat quickly. I can tell you the modelling in the US, bunch of old geezers making cars and tanks and smoking meat, says Box Fox. That sounds good to me. Dallas, Texas, only 36 degrees here now, says Jeff. Cheshire, England, roughly 34 miles from you, Fox. Just saying, says Paul Lewis. Ooh. E-Models is 30 odd miles from me. Box Fox says American hotels are basically disgusting pits with bed bugs and crack addicts. The reality is very disappointing. Yeah, if it's not a car park full of Pontiac Firebirds, I accidentally bought another kit today, says Bobbins. A 1/72 Airfix Swordfish. I didn't mean to, it was just there. Nothing wrong with that. The model community in Kuwait is kind of small, like 4 to 8 people. Most of them go with World War II tanks and others goes to Gundams. I'm like all variety, like it's a model that I could build and paint. It's for me. Yeah, that's the best way to be. The best way to be is not to say I build tanks or I build planes or I build racing cars or I build whatever. It's to simply say that looks cool, and then that's what you're going to build. Just build whatever you think is cool, and never assume that that's it then forever. I started off doing military miniatures, then I got into Gunpla, then I got into Warhammer. I don't know, 10 years from now I'll be doing something else 10 years from now. I'll still be doing Warhammer and Gunpla, but probably something else completely. But yeah, I never hold to that, you know, I'm a such and such builder. Don't limit yourself. There's no point being limited. What kind of models do you like? The answer should be ones that I have to build and paint. There you go. Any particulars? Yeah, the ones that I have to build and paint. There you go. Whatever's cool. I always use the rule of cool. I look through the website. If I'm looking at, say, a brand or whatever, say I'm on the Games Workshop store or wherever I'm looking, Hobbylink Japan or somewhere, and I just go through and I think, right, which one makes me go, oh, that looks cool? That's how I used to buy Gunpla. I'd be like, bored, boring, boring, boring. Oh, that looks cool. In the basket. Because if you have that thought, oh, that's a cool looking model, then it means that when you are building it, you're more likely to stick with it because you like it to start with anyway. Rather than if you don't get that little sort of fizz, that little, ooh, look at that, then why are you building that model? If it doesn't make you happy, don't do it. So yeah, these people that just build tanks or just build planes, it's like, yeah, I mean, I know I just build Warhammer at the minute, but because I enjoy it. Stick with what you like. I might do this for 5 years and then suddenly find I'm doing trains, I don't know, or biological functioning of the body models, medical, I don't know, it could be anything. I could for some bizarre reason get massively into model horses. Such a thing is not impossible, you know. Under the rules of quantum mechanics, pretty much everything is possible, given an infinite number of variables and an infinite amount of time. At some point I will be into making models of horses bigly. So there's that. Right, there we go. Just give it that little mould line. Where are we up to? Lindipple. Went to a nature and science museum, saw dinosaurs and more dinosaurs, and I got pictures for you. Oh, yes. Dinosaurs, they are the best thing. Do you know what? Do you know there's only one thing in the universe that's better than dinosaurs? And that's nothing. Nothing is better than dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are the best things. I went to, where was I the other day? What was I looking at? What was I look? Where was I? I was in a. Was I in Tesco? I was in somewhere. I think it was in Tesco or something. And there was a display on one wall. I can't remember what it was, but it had, like, you know, kids, adults, and it had like a list of things for different age groups. Whatever it was about, I can't remember, like a lifestyle thing. But I instantly knew that whoever designed it understood children perfectly, because above, like, the adults one, they had like a couple there with, you know, a little dog, and then the elderly people, they had like an older couple with some grandkids. Under kids, there was a picture of, on the section that's labelled for kids at the top of the little pictures, was a picture of dinosaur and a spaceship, and I thought, yep, understand children 100%. Because when you're a kid, that's all that matters is dinosaurs and spaceships, because there's nothing cooler than dinosaurs and spaceships. And if you can combine the two, well, pff, there you go. It's ultimate cool. Dinosaurs are the best. Dinosaurs! I was thinking the other day, current estimates are that the Earth's got, what, about 5 billion years left before the sun is so large and swollen as a red dwarf, as a red giant, that it either destroys the Earth, absorbs it, or pushes it out further into the solar system. One of the two, or we disappear off as a rogue planet. And they reckon that habitability, Earth is probably going to be habitable for most multicellular life for about another billion years or so. And then that'll be followed by maybe a billion years of only the most hardiest, simple life, like bacteria and stuff, might survive. Single-cell organisms that can survive hardy environments. But they reckon roughly, finger in the air, for about a billion years that, large organisms such as us and plants and animals can survive. And you thought, if we were wiped out today, for whatever reason, if humans just stopped being in existence today, you think to yourself, well, that'd be it then. If we got wiped out, there'd be no more intelligent civilization on Earth, and be technology. And it's like, hang on a minute, no, because think about it. A billion years ago, pretty much all the life on Earth was just single-celled organisms. In a billion years, we've gone from, what's the word? Cyanobacteria to us, and all the dinosaurs. It's like the dinosaurs only died out 66 million years ago, and they were only around for a couple of 100 million years, and that's like a quarter of how long the Earth's got left. So I did one of the little thought experiments where you think, hang on a minute, if we were to get wiped out today, and most life on Earth was to get wiped out, there's a billion years it could easily get back up and running, because of course it could. That would be daft. There's loads of time for it to do that. Right, what's this guy supposed to look like? Okay. I can't tell if this guy is either looking for a hug or quoting Shakespeare. I think he might be quoting Shakespeare. But we'll find out. Let's do some gluage. Quick look at chat. Thanks for reminding me, Faisal, says Candygram, about my big RX-78-2. I need to read what was the 78-2 build because I have an RX-78 in the stash now. Yes. RX-78-2 probably ended up behind a Denny's somewhere. Jeff says, my wife and I were married in a natural history museum. Many dinosaur fossils were present. Oh! And it's pronounced Hoosers, says Box Fox, not Hoosiers. Okay. Hoosers. Paul Di Tommaso's in. Welcome, Paul. Hello, everyone, says Paul. Welcome. Hello, Paul. Hugs. Andy McLeish says, boing, I get to go home now. Haha, screw you, work. Yay. Andy McLeish says, Foz, and then said, there's that burp. Fox needs a Zaku. I've got a perfect grade Zaku, and I never got to finish painting it because I was building it for Mickey Jimenez, and his wife died, and she was my point of contact, so I kind of stopped because I didn't really want to. Yeah, so I kind of just stepped away from that. Paul Di Tommaso's got a mail saying his order of varnish is ready to pick up. Cool. I saw the picture you put up in the boom hut of the figure. It looks awesome so far. Faisal says, oh, I love the Zakus more than the Gundams. I've got a Gyara Doga to build at some point. I know it's not a Zaku, but Box Fox suggests, who knows, I could be building model air conditioners in 10 years. I could be building 10 years from now, I could be building that Bandai kit of the machine that makes the models. They've got a model kit of their mould. It's quite cool. Seeing as how Bandai released the PG-78 Perfect Grade RX-78 Unleashed, I wonder if they'll do a Charles Zaku Unleashed. Probably. Candygram says, whoa, that Gundam Perfect Grade Unleashed is a beast. Yes. Fox, you got it wrong again. It's who shores. Who's shores? You say whose and then shores. Shores as in whose shores? Who's what? Who's yours? Who's yours? Hooters. What? No, that's not right. Quoting Shakespeare in exchange for a hug. Right, let's get these arms. Let's get his torso glued on. Now we had this guy. Is doing his Naruto run fairly to the left. This guy's looking kind of straight ahead. This guy's looking to the right, to the left. So this guy will look to the right. Do, 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 do. I don't like everybody just facing in the same direction, you see. Although he is kind of moving that way. I think, actually, to be honest, he's lunging forward. So it does kind of make sense that he's lunging forward like that, maybe. I know what I can do. I know what I can do. I know what I can do. If he's after hugs, let's give him a proper come here kind of pose. Everything's under control. Everything is under control. Don't forget the crackers. Cracking toast, Gromit. We used to have a plush toy of Wallace. Don't ask me why. And he used to say that. Everything is under control. Don't forget the crackers. Right, so he's doing a bit of a lean back. And he's going to have the Hugatron arms, I think. He's kind of saying, he's there and he's going, now is the winter of our discontent. Made glorious summer by the son of Yolk. It's not quite the right voice. Do 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 do. Now I'm going to have a few minutes to fiddle with these because I'm using the regular Tamiya cement, the fat cement as I like to call it, with a PH, not an F, which means I've got a few minutes to wiggle them around and fettle with them. All I can see in my head now is like, he's there going, I'd walk 1,000,000 miles for one of your smiles, my man. Oh God, he's singing Oklahoma, isn't he? Oh dear Lord. I brought the camp again. I've somehow managed to make my Wolf Guard camp. I don't know how that's even possible. I'm going to stick with it though. I'm going to roll with it, and we are the Wolf Guard. We protect the highest, noblest of all the space wolves, and also we like musical theatre. Tomorrow. Oh dear, yes. Oh dear. I need a space wolf head with his head showing and the mouth open, but you can't do that on Terminators. Oh God. It's Busby Barclay's Terminators. Scale Model Ninja, Ross is in. Welcome, Ross. Hello, hello, hello. Oh no, Gromit, we forgot the crack, says Box Fox. Steady, Neris. He's like, give me a hug, boy. Horus Heresy, the musical. Mannequin Skywalker says, joy. He's just he's got that pose where, like, you know, the musical where you put your arms out and you step forward and you start singing, you know, whatever. I just gotta be me. Oh dear. Oh dear. Paint them pink and cover them in silver glitter. I have actually got somewhere. I haven't got it here now, but I did a squad of. I've got tears in my eyes now because I'm laughing. I did a squad of Tempesta Scions, and I was going to do a themed army, and it was very silly. But I decided one of them, he kind of had a chainsword and a gun in the other hand, and he had both arms akimbo, and he looked like he was doing that, but with weapons. So I decided this little squad of Tempesta Scions would be like the entertainment squad, where they fight in combat, but when they're not in combat, they put on shows for the troops to amuse them. And yeah, that was my idea. I found a lot, for some reason, the left arms, or towards the right arms, on some of these, they really don't want to stick very well. You glue them in, and they just kind of spin around freely, and you have to leave them for ages to glue. Don't quite know why. Very weird. Tomorrow. Oh, I've got to stop. Well, it's time for me to go bye-bye and work on finding a place and such. Bye, says Lynn. Take care, Lynn. Good luck with the house hunt. Take care of yourself, hugs and everything. And we'll see you soon. Right. So now I need to give him our heads. And, well, they've all got the same. After this, they've all got the same. So it doesn't really matter. I don't need instructions for the next bit. Oh, I need to stop sniffling. I've got the sniffles today again. Sorry, Mum. Right, so it's 61, 62, 60, 61, 62 and 63, I think, is the pauldrons. Pauldron order. 60, 61, So 60's here, 61's on the other sprue, bizarrely. 62, apologies for the sniffles. And 63. There we go. So anyway, I hope you're all well. I hope you've had a good week. What's been going on here at Casa Fox? Guru Towers, let's pick ahead from as well. As you know, last week I went for an eye test. My doctor asked me to get an eye test just to check some things. And I thought while I was there, I'll get a proper full-on eye. I had to get an eye test not for seeing, but for other things, get my eyes looked at. And I thought, well, I'll get a proper eye test and order some new glasses because I need a new prescription. So I got them, and I went to pick up my glasses on Tuesday this week. And I got 2 pairs. I've got 1 pair for everyday use, which is, my varifocals. That's just for, working at the bench or driving the car or just looking around. And I've got 1 pair purely for when I'm presenting to camera, which sounds really weird, but basically whenever I'm doing a live stream or any recording where I'm facing the spotlight, because I've got when I do the Monday show, for example, when you see me on camera, I've got a light directly in front of me, so I'm looking at the light. And it turns out, when I have my eyes checked and stuff, that I've developed a sensitivity to bright lights, which is giving me lots and lots of headaches. I can't remember. They gave me some convoluted ophthalmological reason why that happens, but I don't know. I know nothing of such things. Anyway, so basically over the years I've developed a sensitivity to exceptionally bright lights. And it's just doing my head in. It's giving me headaches and migraines and stuff. So working at the bench like this is fine because I'm not looking at the light, but when I'm doing a live show, I'm looking at the light. It's like right in front of me. So they suggested I get some tints. Not sunglasses. Well, I was like, well, they said, can you wear sunglasses? I'm like, well, no. If I wear sunglasses on live stream, I'll look like a douche. Because wearing sunglasses indoors on a live stream is It's a bit like wearing a big pair of headphones on a live stream where you don't need to. It's like, hey, I'm recording this. It's not live. I'm recording it. I'm facing the camera. There's only me here, and I'm wearing headphones. Why? Douche. So no, I can't really wear sunglasses. So they suggested, well, maybe some graduated tints then, because then you can have them darker at the top and clear at the bottom. And that way, taking a big gouge out of that way you can have some protection from the light, but you don't like you wearing sunglasses. I'm like, okay, I can work with that. That'll do. So that's what I've ordered. So I picked them up on Tuesday. And I discovered 2 things. The ones that I ordered with the tints were not dark enough, and they weren't varifocals. They were just set to be like focused where medium distance, so I can look at my computer monitor but I can't see close up or far away. However, it was actually about a foot short of where my computer monitor actually is when I'm doing a live stream, so it's no use at all. So I thought, right, well, I need this to be varifocals in that case. And the pair that were my normal everyday glasses, I like the look of them, but they were literally the most uncomfortable pair of glasses I've ever worn in my entire life. They were Levi. You get different brands. I just went I didn't go for the brand, but they're apparently Levi's. And they had on them, you look on my glasses here, you've got the arm, and it kind of comes down like that. Like that. That hooks behind my ear and goes into the side of my head, so it holds my glasses in place. Perfect. These ones, they were just straight with a very slight curve, and it was like, they don't stay in place. The arms don't hold it in place. I got them to rebend them a few times even, and it still didn't work. And they slide around all over the place. They don't sit comfortably. And instead of resting on the bridge of my nose, they're resting 2/3 of the way down my nose, and that's just them pushing into my cheek, and I've just got this weight on my face, and they were horrible. I tried for about 3 days with them, and I got them to adjust them and everything else, and I was like, I'm sorry, but these are just the worst glasses I've ever worn in my entire life. They're just not in any way shaped for a human face, and they're not at all comfortable. And the arms, because they were straight and they stuck out a bit, they were digging into the back of my ear. I actually got a little sort of blister on the back of my ear. I'm like, what should design these glasses? The front frame bits were nice, but so I went back. And I have to give points to Specsavers. I am not affiliated with, endorsed by, sponsored by, or anything with Specsavers, but I went in and said, right, I've got 2 pairs here that I've only just picked up. The first one I got as just fixed focal distance. Can I change that to varifocals, please? And can I get a darker tint? And the second pair, these are the worst frames ever made by a human. Please, can you just burn them and replace them with something else? Because I've tried and I can't wear them. So I picked some different frames and I did some bits and bobs. And they said, right, we can do that. We can replace these completely. We can put same prescription lenses in a completely different frame for you. So I picked a nice frame that I liked. I have no doubt when I get this new frame, I'll get it on and it'll feel great, but I'll probably hate the look of them after about a week. And we can take these ones away and redo them as varifocals and give them a darker tint. No problem at all. That will cost you absolutely nothing. I'm like, brilliant, that's the best thing ever. So yeah, so because they're quite good like that, Specsavers. Because it's like if you get a pair of glasses and after a week you can't wear them and you can't abide them, they'll happily replace them. Because at the end of the day, you know, you try them on in the shop and they haven't got lenses in them, so they feel really light. Then of course you get them home with the lenses in, and then you get to feel what they're really like and how they really sit. And if it's just not working for you, because you can try them on in the shop when they come with the lenses, but you're only wearing them for a few minutes. I found after wearing them all day, I was getting raging headaches because they were just pressing all over my face in all the wrong places. It's like, oh, I can't be doing with this. This is rubbish. So they're quite. If you just said I don't like them, they might be a bit more reticent. But because I said they're physically uncomfortable and they're giving me headaches, they're like, yeah, we'll swap them out for you. So I was very impressed. So big thanks to the guys at my local Specsavers. I'm not endorsed by or sponsored by, or your mileage may vary. I don't know. But yeah, that's quite good. So I've got to pick them up next weekend, I think. So I've still got my old glasses on at the minute. But the thing is, it was so hard picking new frames. I have no doubt, like I say, that I'll probably hate them after about a week. I'll be like, I wish I hadn't picked these frames because they look horrible, they look stupid, whatever. It's always the way. You always get glasses. After a week, you hate them because you realise, you think, I've made a terrible mistake. I've got the worst frames ever. I look like a spoon. But you get used to them after a while. It settles down. Paul Lewis says, in best Ethel Merman voice, there's no business like slaying business. Oh, yeah. Ethel Merman. I just want to be free. Sorry. So yes, I've got these 2 pairs coming. Be prepared for a bit of a shock. They are quite different to what I normally wear. You probably hate them. Not that I actually care, but you'll probably hate them. I'll probably hate them quickly enough. Entirely likely. I've just gone for something a little bit different. See, the ones I'm wearing now, I like these when I got these. I thought that's exactly what I want. After about 6 months, I'm like, God, I hate these glasses. They make me look like a dingus. They don't work with my face. They make my face look fat. They make me look stupid or whatever. You know, there's always something it does that you don't like. How is that? Okay. Weird. So, yes, so these will be Wolf Guard, but they won't have all the accoutrements. For example, Wolf Guard, you've got here on the arms and on the you've got the what's it called? The crotch bit, and you've the loincloth, and you've got the shoulders there. They're actually leather strips. So you traditionally paint them like red leather or maybe brown or something like that. But traditionally they're like leather strips. On Wolf Guard, that's actually fur. Bits of pelt. But of course, I haven't got anything to do that with, so that's not going to happen. But you know, you take your mileage. I'm sure somebody will still like to have these in their collection when I can put them up for sale. I hope, anyway. Because I'm not doing this for the fun of it. I shall have a look at chat in a moment. I'm never keen on these pauldrons. They never seem to... It's a very tenuous way they go together. Where's my tweezers? There they are. Very tenuous way of assembling them to get them to sort of sit correctly. Do like them though. It's like, wait, it's like a Space Marine but bigger, so easier to paint. I'll have that. I've got "there's no business like show business" stuck in my head now. God damn it. Thanks whoever put that in chat. Git. Ethel Merman, good God. Yeah, they're very tenuous, these pauldrons. There's like, you think there'd be like a slot and a thing for it to lock into, but there isn't. It's just a reasonable best fit kind of scenario, which is weird. I suppose they're meant to be slightly interlocking and independently movable, aren't they? So I suppose it kind of makes some sense. There we go. That's the pauldroniums on. There's no but there. I shall get the head on and then we'll have a look at chat. Do. I'll have him looking a little bit to the left, I think. Our left, his right. No, again, he's stepping forward with his left foot, isn't he? So we'll just have him looking forward. There we go. He's there offering free hugs to all the Xenos scum that are in this the Space Hulk that he's in, I've decided. There we go. I think that's all of the bits on him. I've got to put a couple of rivets on his pauldrons, but I'm going to let them dry for a minute before I start doing that. And I've got to give him his tilting plate. Have a quick look at chat. Oh no, I'm picturing him wearing a top hat and carrying a cane. Oh, if I had the sculpting skills. Pauldron Marines, says Box Fox. Casadel Foxo. Nice to meet you, Faisal, says Lynn. Yep. Fox's glasses be like, that's my glasses now, says Box Fox. That's my glasses now. I've got nerd glasses. Well, I kind of got nerd glasses. That's my glasses now. But after 2 years, I'm like, they're a bit, they're not, I don't know, the shape doesn't work for me. They make my face look fat and they make my eyes look piggy and yeah. Faisal says, Fox getting new glasses and starts singing, come on my baby, come on my honey. Andy McLeish says, 7 tears. It doesn't work on me. Space Marine left foot forward, doing the hokey cokey perhaps, says Paul Lewis. He put your left foot in. Maybe he's like a Pontin's blue coat, but he's like in Space Marine, in Terminator armour. He's going to go and judge the knobbly knee competition in a bit. Right, swig of water. So that's him done, I think. Oh, tilting plate, rivets. Right. I'm not going to stick a tilting plate on him right now because these pauldrons... Oh, actually, that one's fairly... The bottom ones are fairly sturdy. They're locked in place. So I can do a tilting plate. There we go. I'll do the rivets first because... No, I'll do the tilting plate first. Tilting shield. I don't know if it is a tilting shield, but on a night, when you're doing the jousting, you have a shield up there on your shoulder. It's to deflect the lance. It's called a tilting shield. I think it's called a tilting. I could be making that up. I don't know. I'm just talking out my butt right now. 1, 2, 3. Apologies for the sniffles. 1. How many shields have I got? 1, 2. Have I got like... How's it giving me 5 Marines and yet 4 shields? That makes no sense at all. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's because one of these is from the next sprue. That's why, because I'm a dingus. That's why. Fox, you're a dingus. So I do have the right number of things. Yes. So I've used one of these. Okay, right. So I'll have to borrow from the other sprue then. La 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 la. I've basically put I built both sergeants first, and they're on different sprues. So there we go. It's fine. Everything makes sense now. Fox, you are a butt in the kindest way, says Box Fox. I'm not a butt. I'm an idiot. Oops. I put a picture up the other day of, you know, I do my picture with all the bases, and then it shows how many are made out of all the like 40 odd bases, so I can sort of assess my progress. One sec, I'm just thinking. And I put the picture up on Twitter, and Leaky Cheese, if you ever watch his videos, they're really quite good. He put a thing saying, "Oh, that's quite good. That's good. It's quite a good way of showing how much you've done and how much you've got left to do there." And I was like, "Yeah, it's kind of a motivational tool. It kind of psychologically gives me a kick up the backside because I'm such an idiot that I can actually use psych tricks on myself. That's how special I am. I'm a bit of a spoon." Right, so I'll get the shield on him. Do that bit first. Tricky shield time. I'll do the shield first because I don't have to replace the rivets then. I know where the rivets can go, if you know what I mean. Right, where's that going? That's going there. They're quite tricksy to get on these things. Oops. They're only very loose connections, so. Get it straight. So I'm just trying to be thinking now. Give me a second. Thinking at the same time as doing is quite hard. So I shall leave that for a moment, just to sit and dry. I shall be back in one moment, folks. Just give me 1 second. I need to quickly do something. And we're back, sorry about that. Just to quickly take care of something. Yeah, right, so that's his tilting plate on. I've got to replace a couple of rivets. I think. One on there and two on that one. So I'll do my rivets. Rivet. Have a quick look at chat. You put your lightning claw in, your lightning claw out, in, out, in, out, stab it all about. You're slaying unbelievers and they're all around. I like that. Fox be dense, he's special. Oh, local Warhammer shop has moved to a location much closer to home, says Paul Di Tomasa. I'll be checking them out when I go to pick up my varnish. Ooh, that's both the best news in the world and also the worst news in the world. That one looks like he's doing the Dr. Evil hug. Circular reference is circular, says Jeff. Wait, what? I've attached a sub-assembly to another sub-assembly and may soon attach another two as well. The excitement never stops, says Bobbins. Yes. Halo-esque type music. Welcome back, Fox, says Faisal. Thank you. Right, so, yeah, we'll get the rivets on this guy. Rivet, as someone said. As you can see, my building process is not fast. Now, obviously, when I'm not streaming, I'm a little tiny bit faster, but I emphasise the word a little tiny bit. That's 2 words, I know. Yeah, so you can see how this is a long process for me. It's not a quick job. And I do need to get this built and up for sale. I'm going to move that down a bit. Built and up for sale as soon as. So it's not a quick job, this. Moving the shield down a little bit. There we go. That's the problem. That's the downside of doing a big box set like this. For profit, is you've got to get it done. If I was doing this for myself, my own set, I could probably spend a lot of time, I don't know, getting all creative and making these more like space wolves, putting furs on them and stuff, and getting bits from bits boxes on, you know, buying bits collections on eBay and stuff, but it's not really an option at the moment. I'll do. Be careful of that shield, it's very delicately placed. Delicate. Rivet. Let's put one there. I'm on camera, just about. The rivets aren't exactly the right size, but they're close enough to fool the eye. Once it's all painted up and weathered, nobody will know. They only look really obvious and derpy now because they're white plastic and they stand out a mile. And I'm going to carefully put this one on. I don't know if I'll get both of these on here because the shield's going to be in the way. It's going to be tricky. I've got the okie dokie in my head now. God damn it. What is it, 1977? Am I 6 again? Knocking the shield, don't do that. There we go. I've got to leave him alone now and not touch him for a while. To let his bits settle, who were, matron. The only thing with them tilting shields is if you get this upper pauldron too low, it really ruins the placement. I keep not figuring out exactly where the right height is. It'd be better if you had a bit more guidance as to when you're placing them, but you don't, unfortunately. Right, so I need to borrow from the future, or rather from the other sprue. I need to take a generic shield from this lot. I'll take that one, so that I have enough for these guys. These guys! You guys! So I'll put that in, put that there because I'll need that for the next dude. Yeah, it's like a dance. It's like a dance troupe or something. They're not really scary and threatening, are they? They're more just like slightly comedic and a bit camp. Fox Earworm 2, you're welcome again, says Paul Lewis. God damn it. Right, so next dude. Thankfully I've already cleaned up all these parts in advance. So next dude we have, which arms do you want for this one? Let's see what comedy pose we've got going on here then. I'll move him out of the way because he's from the other group. He's from over there. Go with your other friends. There you go. There's one squad. Now this guy, oh god, it's even worse. This guy is apparently falling over, it seems. Really? Okay, well, see, once I built these 4 or 5, then I know what I'm doing with the next 4, and I can mix and match. You see, there's nothing stopping me mixing and matching arms and getting different poses, but I may as well build at least the first 4 as it says as it's written, and then I can mix and match for the others. Right, so I want 39 and 38. Okay. Like, you know, the next one I can build like 39 and 36 maybe, rather than 39 and 38. I can mix and match the arms and see what wonderful nonsense I can make. Maybe. I don't know. I could be making that up. Could be talking rubbish. Right, so we've got those 2. We'll need Anne Bonds, and we need the pauldrons as well. So 60, 62, 63. All the same pauldrons. There's one good thing, all the pauldrons are the same, so it can just be done. 60, 62 and 63. 63. 62. How do you say 63 in French? It's 63 or 63? No, is it 83? Is it 80 or 60? Oh God, I can't think now. I've forgotten how to count in French, dear Lord. No, 80... I can't remember. Is 80 is 80, isn't it? That's 80. No, I've forgotten how to count in French. The only other language I speak, and I can't remember how to count. Oh, damn it. And we've got head and shoulders above the rest. Head, pauldrons, stabity slap hands. Okay, let's get the stabity slap hands cleaned up, and then we'll clean everything up first, then we'll assemble. There we go, put that there. I'll be clever, and I'll use a spare base to hold things. There we go. Contain my parts. So, no, it's Katari Barbara Winner. I don't get it. Barbara Winner. Who's Barbara Winner? No, I don't get that. Haha, I'm laughing. I don't get it. Sorry. I'm not going to lie. I'll put them over there. Oh, Whiner. Whiner? I'm lost. Right, let's get this hand cleaned up. Again, we do sacrifice, or try not to sacrifice that rivet if we can help it. Try not to sacrifice your rivets. It's never a good tactical choice. How's sound and vision, by the way, guys? Are we looking and sounding okay? I'm streaming in up to 1440p again, so you get to see my hands with 1440p's. If you're able to stream at such resolutions, you may well do so. I can't do 1440p when I'm doing a StreamYard stream, like when I'm streaming with Colin or somebody else, because I haven't got the bandwidth for that. But when it's just me on my own, I can do a StreamYard stream. I mean, I can do a 1440p stream because I don't have StreamYard running. It's all good. Did Fox just uwu, says Box Fox. I don't know what uwu means. What does uwu mean? Huh? Oh. Oh. I know. I know nothing. I'm from Barcelona. Do mold line. Oh no, no mold line. Yes, mold line. No mold line. Yes, mold line. No more mold line. Gundam Wing, Fox, you Berg. Oh, I didn't watch Gundam Wing. I couldn't. I watched 3 episodes of it and it broke my brain, so I gave up. What's uwu? Did Fox just uwu? What? Oh, Quattro Barbaro. Oh, okay, I've got you. Oh, I get it. I only watched the first 2 episodes, and that was like 6-7 years ago. I don't remember that. The only name I remember is Troa Barton, which is Polish for 3. Troa. And the Heavy Worms. Excuse me. Apologies, that was a bit loud. That was a bit loud. I do apologize. Mike knows nothing. Go away. Mike knows many things. Mike hears people talk of werebears. A werebear. Where? A bear? Where? Werebear. I like Mike the liar. It's the nub on this side of the hand that's the pain in the butt. On that side, on the other hand, it's fine. On this side, the right hand, it's a pain in the bum. Where bear? Where? A bear? Where? Mike does not know. If anyone tries to sneak up on us, I'll smell them coming. Or I might not. We will see. Favourite line in all of Sky. Or I might not. We will see. My favourite voice actor is the one that does the Khajiit. He needs to voice Khajiit all the time now. It's like they didn't have him in the Elder Scrolls Online for Jizargo. Was it Jizargo? Who was the spy that you first meet in Elder Scrolls Online? I only got to that bit. I didn't get past that bit. Jizat? No, it's not Jizargo. Well, not Risad. I can't remember now. Anyway. Yeah, different voices. It's not Khajiit voice. Hey, skeever butt. Troll bait. That's the funny thing though, when you throw your voice, it doesn't sound like this Khajiit voice at all. I quite like skeever butt as an insult though. Right, that's that hand done. Oops. More line on that. No. Let's go away. This mold line must be gone. I have no doubt when I finish painting these guys, I'll find all the mold lines on the hands that I didn't notice. You can guarantee it. Okay, I think I'll run over to the shop and pick up my varnish, says Paul Di Tommaso, with an extra sense of urgency now he knows that the Games Workshop store is right nearby. Will you accidentally fall into the Games Workshop store, do you think, Paul? Enjoy. Be safe. Try not to come back with like 6 Baneblades. It's quite funny how my local store, Mitch is the new manager in there. I've only met him a couple of times. He's a nice bloke, but it's funny because every time I go in, I'm like, and I've been in and like looking at maybe getting something. He seemed determined to get me to buy Eldar stuff, and I'm like, nah, it's not my boat, man. It's not my bag. Eldar, Poncy elven spaced elves, nah. Bless him. Have you thought about Eldar? No. Can't mess them up. And also, some of the paint jobs are far too complicated. Good God, of some of the paint jobs. They're insane on some of the vehicles. All the checkered patterns and stuff is really gorgeous looking, but so confusing. I've got my friends at Goblin Gaming did send me one of the kits to build up an Eldar something or other. It's like, oh, that looks terrifying. Getting my brain around how I would paint that square pattern. Fascinating. I didn't clean his head. I didn't take the mould line off his head, but luckily you can't actually see it. Bonus. Woohoo! Right, let's get these cleaned up, and then we'll get all assemblated. This might be the fastest one I've built so far. Yeah, this one. It's 6:30, so I'll get this one built, and then we'll call it a day, I think. Let's get a couple done. I'll do more tonight. Just a quick update for you. As far as I know, I've been speaking with Colin, with Fester. As far as I know, Warhammer Sunday is still on tomorrow, but it'll just be me. Because Fester's taken a few days just to get himself back to full speed. It's a bit soon for him to be like, sitting at the bench for hours on end, I think. You'd be pushing it a bit too far if you tried that. And also, Mrs. Workshop will kick his ass. So I think it's just me tomorrow. And Fester's taking a break just for a few more days. We'll definitely both be back for next Friday's Friday Frolic. I'm sure he might be back before then, you never know. But he's just taking a well-earned rest to get himself back to speed. So I don't know. I don't suspect he'll be doing a Sunday brunch tomorrow, but keep an eye on his channel, Fester 67's Workshop, for that, and his workshop group on Facebook. He'll let you know if he's doing something tomorrow, but I suspect he won't be. But like I say, he might do. You never know. You never know. He might change his. I might be so bored that he's like, oh, screw it. But he needs to take it easy. I'm missing a pauldron. I'm missing a pauldron. There is pauldron. Pauldron is missing. Have I not taken it off the sprue? 6. That's the wrong sprue. 61. Yes, I have. I'm missing a pauldron. Big pauldron, big pauldron, little pauldron, missing pauldron. Okay, I'm missing a pauldron now. Oh, for some reason, the only downside of this entire box set is that every time you lose something, it's something important and not something you can fudge. Right, I'm going to have to look at the floor now, aren't I? Did I just not get it off the... I must have got it off the sprue. 1, 2, 1. Oh, no, I've not got off the sprue. You dingus. I've not got the 61 off the sprue. You sponge. Fuck, you're a sponge. What are you? You're a sponge. Look at the spongularity. Right, yes, because I hadn't cleaned that up. That's why I suddenly realised. Right, so get these cleaned up. Run some thin cement over them, says Box Fox. What, the mould lines? Yeah, it doesn't really get rid of them sometimes. I won't notice them till I've actually painted it. That's the thing. You only notice mould lines after you've put the paint on, and you're like, oh, bum cheeks. He probably has a lot of extra Eldar stock, and Games Workshop keeps sending more. It's entirely possible. I'm hoping to go to our store birthday this month. It's actually going to run for a few days, the store birthday. So I shall post up on the Facebooks. I know probably for most of you it won't even be remotely local, but I shall post up on the Facebooks, and if you want to go along, you might meet me there. If I'm there, I won't be there all day every day, but I'm going to go along to some of the stuff. So I'll give them a bit of a free shout. When is it? I've got a thing somewhere. It's from the 30th of July to the 7th of August. It's a store birthday for a week. I like that. And as usual, there'll be like special store anniversary minis and things to buy and things like that. So I shall put a thing up on Facebook soon, and Twitter and that, because I don't mind giving him a bit of pimpage. Gets people going to his store. Again, I'm not affiliated with, sponsored by, or acknowledged, or even exist to Games Workshop. So, yes. Andy McLeish, what did Fest do to himself this time? Did EH give him the rolling pin? No, it's just a little bit of routine maintenance that he had to undergo in hospital. It'll just take him a little while to get fully back up to speed. He's got to take it easy for a little bit to recover. You know, you get stuff done. You're not back up. We're men of a certain age now. We can't go and have a procedure done and then suddenly be up and about. The entire Facebook group shows up, says Box Fox. That'd be awesome. I did say it'd be hilarious if I did this and like 300 people turn up. He went, I'd love it. It's a tiny little store. It's the size of a matchbox. Right. Now, this has got some weird, super weird dumbass pose on this one. He's supposed to be like leaning forward or something. I don't quite know. Pose on this one. He's doing some weird nonsense with that arm out. This is going to be really weird, this one. I can see it. We'll get this guy built and then we'll call it a day. He's got one arm there. He's got one arm like sticking out, like he's about to fall over, or like he's throwing for a strike, perhaps. He's hoping not to get a split. He's just launching the bowling ball, even bowling ball. I don't know. And this one sits like that. It does look like they've got little tiny stubby arms, even though it's not. Because they're little stubby arms, it just looks really weird. So now apparently it has to go like this, or something, like that. Like is that even physically possible? I do not even know. Do. It's kind of a ridiculous pose. This is ridiculous. This pose is ridiculous. Oh, nub, hang on. Nubulations need to be going. Bowling ball. Place your bet, says Jeff. What else will Paul Di Tommaso return with? Yeah, he won't. Not a lot, I don't think. He'll get what he needs. Going through some tough times is our Paul. So, bless him. Right, that's not going to behave. It will stick very well. Really don't quite understand this pose, but let's see if I can do it as the book says, as the good book says. Bit of a mess at the back there, but that'll go away. And then this one does what exactly? This does not look anything like the pose in the instructions. It just looks like he's stopping for a rest because he's run for 100 yards and he's, oh hello, and he's a bit knackered now. He's catching his breath perhaps. Looks a bit silly. That can't be right. His entire ball is sticking out, if you pardon the expression. Your ball's showing. I don't even know what colour you'd paint that. I'll leave that for a minute to just settle before I put more glue on it, the other arm on. I just meant the entire amount of people descending on a Warhammer shop, says Andy McLeish, and Fox would be like, oh dear God, what have I done? Well, the manager would be happy because he'd make lots of money, but at the same time, there'd be like 300 people in a room the size of a matchbox. Ooh. I'm going to give this a minute just to settle. Do 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 do. Right, that should be good. I can glue his arm on now. Glue your arm. I don't know what we're having for dinner, but I am very, very hungry. Can I be bothered to cook something, or shall I just make a phone call? I'm a middle-aged bloke. It's going to be a phone call. Middle-aged bloke, but in my head I'm 17 and everything is just... That does not look anything like the pose in the... Well, it's vaguely, it's vaguely similar. It'll be acceptable. Looks like he's like saying, welcome, welcome, sir. Do come on in. This way, sir. This way, sir. It's a bit more menacing than the others, I suppose. Possibly, I don't really know. A little bit more menacing. That one's fall apartican even. God. Get my words out, Fox. Hungry Fox, always hungry. If I'm not eating, I'm asleep, and even then, it can be a grey area. Right. So now we've got bonds. We'll put his bonds on. Be careful when I put the pauldrons on. I don't want the body to fall apart again. Now where does his head go? Which way is he going to look? I can't have him looking to the left as well because everybody looks to the left. Everybody look at the moon. There's not a lot of head movement really in these guys. You don't really have options. It's either a little bit left or a little bit right, and that's kind of your lot. That's your lot. That will do, I think. That will be most effective. There we go. Most efficacious. So now we've got the little dudes here. Pauldronium time. Let's see how much we can mess this up. The little ones at the bottom are fine. It's the top ones that are the tricky ones to place. Enjoying it though. The wrong one, you pillock. Pillock. That's that one. Do 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 do. And then the big boy that goes on top is that one. Here's Johnny. Using the fat cement here. As you all no doubt know, I use the fat cement because it's viscous and therefore allows things to grip even before the glue's done its business, done its dirty business. It just gives me that ability to get things to stick together where thin glue wouldn't evaporate away, but the pieces would just fall apart until the glue had welded the plastic. But with the fat glue, even before the plastic started to melt, the simple hydraulic surface tension holds it all together. That one. Fox's mess will be the pile of sprues and shamefully unbuilt models that trail behind him. And in Cleese, it'll be Fox's mess, but the mess will be coming from the takeaway, consisting of udon, chicken, and rice. Ooh. Udon, you say? Fox's mess is quite simple, but quite tasty. It's dead simple. It's just basically brown rice, boiled potato. You know, little new potatoes, skinned with skins on, cut in half, boiled. Onions, boiled in with the potatoes. Or leeks if you've got leeks. Leeks are good. And then carrot. Chopped up carrot in there. All in the same pan, basically. Get it all in the same pan. 20 minutes. Bam. Put in lots of butter and mustard and other things to taste, like maybe some soy sauce or some Liam Perrin sauce or whatever you want to add, some sweet chilli, tomato sauce, just to make it stodge out a bit. And then mix in your meats, preferred meats. And happiness will, of course, ensue. Right, so that's that done. All that's left now is to do a couple of replacement rivets and his tilting shield, and we can call this puppy done. Let's do the tilting shield first and take a risk and see what happens. What can possibly go wrong with this? I do not know. See if I can do it without the tweezers, just for easiness. Probably not. Well, then again, maybe. It's tricky because you don't want to use the fat cement on this because it's a tiny part and it will just make a horrendous mess. So you have to kind of count on the little tiny bit of grip that the extra thin is going to give you, just for a few seconds. Thankfully, it's only a light component, so it's not likely to. It can just stick. Extra thin can hold things in place when it's fresh on the surface if it's very small and lightweight, but it wouldn't hold an arm in place. If I put extra thin on there and put the arm on it, it'd just fall straight off because it's not got that viscosity. Look at the viscosity. That went well. So I'll do some rivets and then we'll be done, and I can go and think about noms. Nom 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 noms. You know what my favourite noms are? All of them. All of them. There's very few things I won't eat. Not many things I won't eat. I can't stand... I lost my rivet. I can't stand kiwi fruit. It's the flavour of them. I don't know what it is. It's not natural. It's not right. Kiwi fruit. Banned. No. I can't stand... Not that you're supposed to technically eat them, but I can't stand cardamom. If I'm eating a curry and I bite down on a cardamom seed, that's it, game over. I'm off in a sulk after that. I don't like food that's got a face on it. Like you get a fish and you've still got the head on it. No. I don't want food to look at me. I like fish, but I can't be doing with fish where it's got bones in it. Like I love fish and chip shop fish where it's just a massive 1.5 foot of fish. There you go, fish. Put it in your face. You could put it on your face in one go and go, but no, when you got to fart about picking the meat out with the... No, I can't be doing with that. Rubbish. Such shenanigans and nonsense. Right, I think that's him done. He's a bit less camp. A bit more like he's running forward. He's swinging his arms back and forth because he's running forward going, I'm going to get you. I don't know why he's talking like an orc. There's a bit of a mess on the back there, but I'll sand that. Where the glue was a bit gloopy, where he's moved around, but I'll sand that in a bit when it's dried, and that'll be nice and smooth for when it's painted. Will not be a problem. You have to always remember when you're making things like this, you're doing your assembly stage, you can be a little bit careless with things like extra thin. It's not the end of the world if it looks a bit scruffy. like with, you know, glue and shiny bits where the glue is. It's not the end of the world, because as soon as primer goes over that, it'll be fine. So there we go. So today we have built Al Jolson and apparently some kind of like somebody trying to do a Terminator run. So we've got a Terminator run, we've got a Naruto run. Oh, he's a sergeant. We've got I Just Wanna Be Free, and we've got Yoik. So there we go. So that is, I've only got one more to do in that squad. Where are we? One more to do in that squad, and that's the next 5. So I'll try and get some more done tonight. And you never know. Once these are done, once these 10 cataphracti Terminators are built, then I can go back to building more of the standard Space Marines. I think I've got 28. Yeah, I've got 26. No, 20. I might have 24 or 28 left to build. Good God. It's like I've taken this long to build them. I'm going to have to paint them. And then once I've done that, I've just got the big Spartan assault tank to build. I can't wait for that, so there you go. But I think we shall leave it there for today. Let's have a quick look at chat. And in conclusion, I've just picked up my chicken curry and fried rice with chips from the Chinese. I want Chinese now. It's going to be Chinese, isn't it? Oh, dear Lord. Om nom 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 nom. Leaks, better get a plumber. Bill Cropper's in. Hey, Bill. He says, any offal for me? Blah. Hey, Bill. Welcome, welcome. Or is he going to do the dab, says he owns car? It's entirely possible. He's on his way. He's like, gee. He's just tripped over something. He's like, he's tripped over a spleen or something. So I'm not figured out how I'm going to paint the lightning claws yet either. That's not a simple thing to paint, but we'll find out. But we shall leave it there. I'll put him there because he's not part of that squad, but he might as well be in. We shall leave it there. Thank you, everyone. Thank you massively for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Once this is all built and stuff, I can get back to doing the normal video game streams on a Friday and a Saturday. Get back to doing our Fallout and our Cyberpunk. I'm tempted to dump Fallout and try something else for a while on a Friday, but because I want to get back to Skyrim, but Skyrim Friday doesn't alliterate. I was thinking of playing some like World War II shooters and having like a World War Wednesday. That'd work, but hey. Yeah, so I might pause Fallout for a while and do something else, some other game instead. But I don't know yet. I don't know what. I do at some point need to play Space Marine for you all. Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine. At some point. But I don't know. But yes, that's going to do us for today anyway. Thanks for the live stream, Fox, says Jeff. Good to meet you, Faisal, and take care, everyone. Yes, big thank you to everyone who's put super chats through today, especially Faisal. I can't thank you enough for that. You are an incredible person. Thank you so much. Big, massive hugs. But thank you to all of you, to Jeff and everyone else who's put super chats through and all that, and all to my members who popped up on anniversaries. Don't forget, of course, if you'd like to support this channel and you don't already, you can do. You can go to patreon.com/modelmakingguru and become a monthly patron. The address is there. You can press the join button underneath any of my content to become a channel member and support me each month. Or if you want to just do a one-off, that when this stream is finished, it's a normal video, you should see a thanks button under the video. That's just a way to send me a tip, basically. Send me a little tip if you want to. You can do that on any of my videos. But don't forget, of course, if you don't want to do any of that, you're not obligated to. You can just make sure to like and subscribe. And don't forget, if you're not supporting me directly each month, then maybe just think about watching the adverts on the start of my videos. Take your ad blocker off and just watch the advert. It helps me out massively. It's only a couple of minutes out of your time, so give that a try. But yes, thank you to all my supporters. I will be back tomorrow for Warhammer Sunday. Hopefully, like I said, I think it'll just be me, but that's fine. We'll carry on with this. But until then, I shall say, take care of yourselves. Thank you very much for watching. Go make something awesome like these dudes. Go be awesome. And until next time, I shall say, adios, amoebas. Bye. I don't know what that was. Bye.